Hi everyone! It's that time again. You guys sent me your OCs. I randomly chose a bunch of them and drew them in my style. This time I did 14 characters, 7 from emails, 7 from Instagram. This is an ongoing thing on my channel. At the end I will go over the rules again, so look out for that if you want to participate. Also, I'm sorry if I mispronounce any names in this video. I never do it on purpose, I'm just bad with words sometimes. Deteriorated. Deterior. I kind of combined Memories Revive look in her colleges for library. But let's just get into it. Starting with emails. I look away from my phone, scroll back and forth a bunch, and this is the first character. Her name is Prudence Locke, and she belongs to Not Alex. Their socials are on the screen. Prudence is an artist and architect from Dallas, Texas. She's a proper gentlewoman, but doesn't take anyone's crap. Despite her name, she's not too prudent. She has 7 brothers, is a remarkably good fighter and great with a rifle. So interesting. I love the design as well. The colors go together so well. Another thing I tried to do this time is to incorporate the original artists' names on these drawings, maybe use them as a clothing brand, or just hide them in coloring. I say that, but then I also kept forgetting to do that. I tried to make it clear that Prudence is sophisticated but still firm. Maybe she's looking over some architecture papers, I don't know, leave me alone. The face and hair were really fun to do, but that's about it for Prudence. The design is really effective and was very pleasant to draw. Some more scrolling, and the second character is this. His name is Jules Rosier, and he belongs to Death Moth Kisses. Other socials are also on the screen. Jules is a Frankenstein's monster kind of character. He was created by a scientist, Caitlin Dot, in a rush of grief of her dead twin sister. He likes Monster Energy, his boyfriend Ryder, and gothic novels. There were a bunch of references included, but some of the design elements were changing from photo to photo. I don't know if his design changes all the time or it's just the limited options on Pickthrough. I tried to combine it all into one design, so I'm sorry if it's not 100% accurate. But this drawing was a bit of an experiment. I wanted to go for an overexposed look, like someone flashed a bright light at him. I've never done it before, but I felt like that would suit Jules. I was a bit unsure about it throughout the process, but in the end it came together, I think. I love this design a lot as well. The green and black hair, red eyes, scars, the overall alternative aesthetic, and I think that the overexposed look turned out pretty okay for my first attempt. Moving on to the next character, I scrolled and scrolled, and this is what I got. Her name is Willow, and she belongs to Nye Was Here. Willow is the artist's old character that got a redesign while they had art block, and she became a favorite. When she was first designed, the white skin was an accident. The artist just didn't color in the skin, but they liked the look, so it stayed. I think that was the right decision. The color scheme here is lovely. The artist also left a nice message for me that I'm not going to show in the video, but I want to wish you all the best on your creative journey and thank you for all the nice words. Your art style and coloring are so good. I was very excited to draw Willow. She gave me kind of a Y2K vibe, so I added a flip phone. The email also said that I can change the design if I wanted to, but I think it looks amazing already. All I did was add a choker and dark lipstick. And I think this is my favorite name incorporation. Drawing this was very enjoyable. I love the color scheme and the overall vibe. I'm very pleased with the result. Scroll, 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 and this is the next character. This character's name wasn't mentioned, but she belongs to Shower Ghost 9 on Instagram. She is the artist's version of death and she smells like the beach after it rains. It was also clarified that she's a plus-size woman and looks to be around late 20s, early 30s. I did a portrait for this and no line art. It's been a while since I used this coloring style. The reference I got is from Gacha, very cartoony, so it was interesting to create her face based on the reference and description. I also gave her dark lipstick for a little more contrast. The eye coloring turned out a bit different from how I usually do them. The white pupils I do just didn't feel right here. They looked too alive, I guess. I finished this drawing pretty fast, but it was fun and I was happy to go back to my older coloring style for this. Some more scrolling and this is what I got next. Her name is Scarlett. She belongs to the Misery Chick Zero. Other socials are also on the screen. Scarlett is 16, she's very caring, and was a good kid for most of her life. One summer she is sent to a summer camp with her older brother and his friends, one of which is her love interest. Over the summer she gets in a relationship with said friend, and when her brother finds out he helps her keep it a secret from their parents. She goes from a well-behaved child to a sneaky one. The design is on the more simple side, but it's enough to communicate the character's personality. Even before reading the story, I got the vibe of a broody teenager. The most fun part of this for me is translating the character's facial features into my style. I mean, that kind of goes for every drawing, not just this one. I just love doing that, especially when the original art style is very different from mine. I love finding this balance between making it accurate but also in my style. It unironically helps with facial diversity. But yeah, that was my favorite part of this drawing. I hope I captured Scarlett well. The process was pretty quick because there's a lot of black in the design. Hope the artist likes it. Yep, scrolling, and here is the next character. Her name is Nayeli Rosewood, and she belongs to Linny Lunette on YouTube. Nayeli is from a different planet and went to school to become a Cupid. Despite the fact that there are strict rules that those who work under Cupid cannot fall in love, she still trained and worked her way up the ranks to try and help other people fall in love. She is also her planet's known ballerina and really enjoys performing. I love this design. You guys are so good at this. I love the pastels. The outfit is a really nice combination of a ballerina and a Cupid. And the pink spots on her skin show that she's from a different planet. I decided to draw her dancing and again did no line art here, though I'm not sure if that was a good choice, mainly because this design is very light and without line art it can all blend together. I had to really work with the shading, highlights and gradients so that all the elements are readable. Because of that, this drawing also took a bit longer to finish. It's my fault, to be clear. I still like the result a lot, it just took a bit more work. I struggled with the background too, the character kept blending into it, but I managed. I think this kind of looks like a promotional poster for her next performance or something like that. Hope the artist likes it. And for the last character from the emails, I got this. His name is Alex, and he belongs to Axley on YouTube. Alex is a trans guy. As a kid, he pretended to like girly things for the sake of his family. He loves art and looking at paintings, though he could only see them in textbooks. Around 15, he got a job at his local art museum so he could look at paintings as much as he wanted. In the references, there were a bunch of cool outfits included, and instead of choosing one, I decided to draw 4. I love doing this. Draw a base, then add outfits on top of it like a dress-up doll. The base isn't super detailed on the body. I knew that all the outfits don't show much skin, so I didn't want to waste time. I love drawing clothes like this, especially really baggy jeans. The name incorporation was pretty obvious here. I tried to add the names in creative ways, and with some of these I didn't have to think much. Just slap it on a shirt as a brand name, or in the background somewhere. But sometimes I would forget and just slap it on somewhere after the drawing is done. or I just can't find a creative way to include it, so I just hide it somewhere. Try and find them all. Overall, I really enjoyed this. I kept the colors flat and the line art black to save time, but I actually like the look. It kind of gives me comic book vibes. And of course, I hope the artist likes it too. Moving on to the Instagram suggestions, I again looked away from my phone, scrolled back and forth, and this is the first character. Her name is Millie. She belongs to Dandelion _. On the drawing you can see her favorite dessert, fruit, flower, and animal. I immediately knew I wanted to add a cherry pie to this drawing. I need to draw food more often. The reference is a bust shot and my drawing is a half body, so I had to guess what her body type is. I based it off of the chibi drawing for the most part. Sorry if it's not accurate. The color scheme is so good as well. I love these kind of combinations. Beige, brown, and some other pastel color like pink or blue. Get that out of here. I really enjoyed the process here. I know I keep saying it, but it's true. Doing this is so fun. As usual, I hope the artist likes it. I sure do. Blood warning for this next drawing. If that's something you don't want to see, skip to this timestamp and look up for this drawing on the final slideshow. Scrolling some more, and here is the next character. I knew this would be a challenge. This is Krios Stoyer, and he belongs to Goffy Sophia. The post didn't have lore included, but just the drawing by itself does a lot in my opinion. This could be a werewolf kind of situation, if you look at it literally, or maybe it's more metaphorical, especially since Krios Stoyer looks to be a priest and the implications of that. Either way, I'm intrigued even without a description. I love the vibe of the original drawing. The style, the colors, the shading, it's so unnerving. I really admire anyone that can achieve this atmosphere in a drawing. Personally, I really struggled with that, so great job. I wanted to experiment with the composition, to play around with colors and contrast. It was tricky, especially lining everything up. For me, this stuff is tricky. Drawing the dog silhouette was fun. I don't have much else to say about this drawing that I haven't said before. I like it. Hope I captured the character well. Yay. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Here is the next character. Their name is Eldora. They belong to Divine Korai, and they are the artist's self-insert for Epic the Musical. They are a follower of Apollo. I don't know anything about Epic the Musical, so good for you if you do. They are also a merchant witch, and I'm assuming some kind of dragon hybrid. I love this design. I love the colors, all the elements, and the overall silhouette. So I decided to just do a full body of them. It was so fun. The hairstyle is interesting, the fur elements are placed really well. I love the layered skirt. I'm not sure if those are supposed to be really big shoes or that's just the character's feet. Either way, I love that as well. I always enjoy bottom-heavy designs. This drawing might not be the most interesting in terms of pose or composition, but there's something about this design that really did it for me, and I love the result. Hope I captured the character. You get it at this point, I don't know what to say anymore in these parts. Next character. This is Kara, and she belongs to Mochi Stars Arts. Kara is a princess of the Lunar Kingdom. She likes talking and helping others. She doesn't like her parents because she found out about their part in the war, and her character arc is that being beautiful is not the way to be happy and loved. There were actually a few characters included in the post, but I chose Kara. The drawing isn't super experimental, but I still like it a lot. Kara seems like someone that's very friendly and easy to approach despite her being royalty. I did my best to capture that. This drawing also kind of looks like a portrait to me, or maybe she's at some kind of ball greeting and talking to guests. I hope the artist likes this drawing, and let's keep going down the list. Look at my Labubu. It's a frog. I am the owner. Next character belongs to _Lafel. No name was included, but this is a Genshin OC. The design is so lovely. I also love the art style and the coloring. He looks so warm. He also looks like a sleepy guy, so I went with that for my drawing. I'm not sure if he's supposed to have animal ears or not. I'm leaning more towards it being just a hairstyle shaped like ears. Either way, it makes for a fun silhouette. I don't think I replicated that super well though. I really like how warm and sunlit the original drawing looks, so I tried to do something similar. But I'm going to be honest, I was kind of losing my energy at this point, and with this drawing I didn't recolor the line art and just left it like that. I don't think it looks bad, but usually I like to go back and recolor it. But I like this guy. He's sleepy. Sleepy Joe. Okay, shut up. Almost done! The next character is going to be this cool lady. Her name is Emily. She belongs to I Have Dry Knuckles Insta. Same. No lore, it just says that she's a crazy rainbow lady. I love her. I love this fashion style, the rainbows and hundreds of accessories. I also love how the pages are filled with stickers. So cool. I chose the first outfit. This look is put together really well. I've talked about this before, but when designing a rainbow character that's supposed to look chaotic and cluttered, you still have to think about it and plan it out. You can just throw rainbows everywhere. It's probably going to muddle together or just be hard to look at. You want to have some areas where you can rest your eyes. On Emily, it's her skirt and shirt. Those areas also show off the rainbow accessories a lot better. But also, I'm not a character designer and you don't have to listen to me. Do what you want. The reference is a traditional drawing, so with most of the colors here I had to try and recreate them rather than pick them directly from the photo. I hope I did okay, and to match the references I also added a bunch of stickers around the character. I downloaded a bunch of PNGs and added a few filters to them to make it look more realistic. I kinda love the look of realistic stuff next to more cartoony drawings. I also like the way I included the artist's name here. I love this, I had fun, and I hope I managed to capture this character. Now moving on to the very last character, I got this cool alien lady. Her name is cropped out unfortunately, thanks Instagram, but she belongs to Back Alley Cryptid. This character design is so fun. I love the bright colors, it's an alien. She looks at least Garu inspired, if not fully Garu. So cool. This drawing was a bit of a pose practice. Sometimes I trace the poses from my references to save some time, but this time I wanted to challenge myself and draw all the poses by hand. Well, except Alex. The sketch just wasn't sketching that day. I always say that in my opinion it's fine to sometimes trace your photo references to speed up the process, though I try to use stock photos, photos made specifically for referencing, and movie screenshots. If I'm using photographer works or other people's art, I only reference them. To go back to the drawing, I also colored the line art the same way as on the original. I usually only color the inside lines, while the outer lines stay black or whatever color I decided to use. But here I colored all of it. All the body and face lines are green, all the hairlines are pink. You get it. I like the look, but I'm going to stick to my usual style. I get lost in all the lines. But I think this was a nice finisher for this video. I said this like 50,000 times already, but I had so much fun doing this. Make sure to check out the artist mentioned. I love doing these videos. It's so cool to see all the different designs, stories, art styles. You guys come up with really amazing stuff. Shortly after posting this video, I will send these pieces to the respective artists. In a few months I will do this again, so keep your eyes peeled for the announcement. I announce these in advance and give a week before actually choosing the characters. Now to go over the rules again. Right now I only accept the suggestions through an email or an Instagram hashtag, nowhere else, not in DMs, not in YouTube posts, only email or hashtag. This is the email, and please, when you send your suggestion, make sure it's this specific one, babycarrot.oc submission, all lowercase. I'm really making this clear because every time I announce these videos, I receive a bunch of suggestions on the wrong email, so please make sure it's correct. And this is the Instagram hashtag. You don't have to make new posts, you can just put the hashtag on an already existing post. Don't send NSFW, obviously. I'm doing this on YouTube, and they don't like that stuff. Don't spam me with one character, please. You can send as many characters as you want, just make sure that they're all different and in separate posts. And don't send me any AI. It doesn't matter if the character is simple or complicated. Even if they aren't human, you can still send them. If they get picked, it will be out of my comfort zone for sure, but this series is all about getting out of my comfort zone. In the announcement, it says that if you've sent a submission before, it still counts and you don't have to send them again. But when I was scrolling through the emails, the older submissions just didn't want to load no matter what I did, so I'm gonna have to figure that out for the next time. Maybe it's too many emails, or I'm just dumb and don't know how to use email. Anyway, for references you can include your art, of course, Picra images, Pinterest boards, other reference boards, whatever you have, as long as it shows off the character. If you want to include lore, go ahead. It helps me understand the character better so I can have more ideas, and it also helps when scripting the video. I do these videos once every 2 months, and I announce them in advance like I mentioned. After the announcement, I wait about a week before choosing the characters, then draw them and work on the video, of course. If you really want me to draw your character, I also do commissions on Instagram. They're usually open, but only if you can afford it, of course. It's not required. I think that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Check out my other socials. They will be on the screen and in the description. Stay safe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!